Feels weird being live this early.
Well, it helps that it's dark.
We've not even. Yeah, it's still called after dark because it's still dark.
Yeah.
We've not even had dinner yet.
No, I know. We've got a lovely dinner.
Have we?
Yeah. I'm
going to try really hard to enjoy it.
I made beetroot pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got a mushroom and garlic cream cheese tortellini from that pasta. And then Morrison's had haddock going cheap. So I'm going to do maybe like a lemon and garlic steamed haddock.
Oh.
Fishy Friday!
It sounds quite nice, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
Good afternoon? Early evening? It's 5:30 here in the UK. I did put an announcement in Discord, so I see that 130 plus people have already found the stream, which means it worked, sort of, kind of. I'm still sick as shit, but we're here on Friday for a reveal show. Now, I've constantly said this. I don't necessarily think this makes good content, but the Thanes have pushed and pushed and pushed. And this time round, I thought, you know what? The stars have kind of aligned in a multitude of ways. So firstly, it's in a normal, sensible time. It's 6 o'clock here when the preview show goes on air, right? So firstly, it's at a sensible time. Secondly, it's on a time where I was actually free. What we were going to be doing at 6 o'clock is eating dinner before after dark. Thirdly, after doing the 2 streams yesterday, I am what can only be described as completely and utterly ball-bagged, right? I am feeling fucking awful today, and I've told Luce this probably on 20 occasions. So I actually really fancy going to bed fucking early and not sitting up drinking mead because I'm on my arse. I've been sat here all day with the heating on all fucking day, and I'm sat here shivering, holding a cup of tea to try and keep my hands warm. I can't get my feet warm all day. So today is one of those COVID recovery days where it's one step backwards instead of one step forwards. So going to try and get an early night tonight, rest up over the weekend, get lots of sleep, and hope that I'm better on Monday because I'm fucking bored of this already, chat, I'll be honest. You're probably bored of hearing about it. I'm absolutely bored of having it, to be fair. So, the reveal show is on Twitch, I think, at 6 PM, and we're going to watch along. We've never done that before. It could be a complete car crash. I might get it completely wrong. We're going to watch along. I'd imagine it'll be a typical GW 10-minute bullshit fucking reveal show. We'll talk about it till 7 PM. Then I'm going to go off air, have dinner, and just go to bed. And just lie there. Hopefully for like close to 12 hours. Because I've had enough. Okay, so that's the plan. All right, you with me? Thank you, Mordy Hammer, for the 5 gifted. And Kev, thank you for the 5 gifted pre-stream as well. Up to 10 already, you wonderful human beings. If you want the reveal shows in the future, then this one needs to do well. That's how it works. We do new content that you've asked for. You make it good. We do them again in the future. That being said, I will add a caveat right now. There's no way ever I'm ever doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning. This face looks this bad with sleep. I'm not doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning, ever. Cornet Ed, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. You're an absolute hero. Thank you so much. So, what are we hoping for, realistically? I've seen that on Twitch, GW has been live for the majority of the day, doing the World Championships of Warhammer. It's very interesting looking at their standard of streaming games that comes out. I have opinions. It's still live now, and I've got it on in the background here because apparently it rolls straight into the preview show at 6 o'clock. But hey. Harborn, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Hoping for incoming Krieg bombardment.
I'd like to see incoming Krieg. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with incoming Krieg. I want to see Eldar. I want to see much Eldar. We are here for an honest reaction to reveals because everything else is excitement. Always seems rather we want to keep going, getting their free stuff forced. I mean, you'll get that. I happen to be in a particularly grumpy mood as well, so it'll be a very honest reaction. We've also got Luce here.
I know nothing, no. I can't.
I know nothing.
I don't know what's going on.
No, but you might be able to appreciate some of it or be like, that looks shit. No?
But it...
Militarum for 40k, Orruks for Sigmar, next campaign for HH, Summit on square bases for TOW, Black Library something massive, just a vibe.
Interesting. I really want to see Eldar though, Kaz. Thanks for the 5, man. You're a legend. Get your colourful postcards in now though. Tell me what you want to see in approximately 24 minutes.
I'm amazed that I haven't come down with what you've got.
Games Workshop game streaming needs to player commentary to just guess what's going on. 100%, yeah. I am both amazed and actually genuinely heartfelt grateful that you haven't come down with what I've got. Firstly, because it's fucking shit, and I wouldn't wish it upon literally anybody. And secondly, because you can nurse me.
Yeah.
I need nursing right now.
I am. I've even cancelled my little holiday for many, many reasons. I don't feel like I need a holiday, but I've actually found it very difficult to think about leaving you three, because when you're all sick at the same time,
yeah,
it's really I can't.
Planned, Jack. Just as planned. Oh, my lights aren't even on. Hang on, my lights aren't even on.
I can't really think about leaving you, and I know that a load of people around me would be saying things like, it's a bit pathetic, you know, they'll be fine, he's a grown man, he'll be fine. But I find it really difficult to leave you all when you're sick.
Reveal stream Brucey bonus.
Thank you so much, Dave. And Jacob, thank you for becoming a Huskarl tier member. You're a legend. What a hero. Robert, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a fucking hero as well. If we could get the memberships done by the time it goes live, I'd feel good about that. Just so you know. Captain Shmugu, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing, you legend. What a fucking hero. Give me full Grim Snake Daddy. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I don't think we'll see Emperor's Children. I might be wrong, but I think Emperor's Children will be later next year. I don't think we'll see it in this reveal show. And their current trend of putting a reveal show in every major event, I don't think we'll see it in this particular reveal show. GW reported their updated year financial projections today. Profit before tax estimate of 120 million. Yeah, so interesting news, chat. For those of you financial geeks out here, I have a telephone. That's not specifically, but I have a telephone. Okay. Article today. Good afternoon. Games Workshop, the creator of Warhammer Fantasy Wargame, looks to be a contender for the FTSE 100 after strong trading boosted by the success of its Space Marine 2 video game. The shares rose 16% to £136 this morning, valuing the FTSE 250 company at £4.4 billion. In a trading update, just wait for demo
A proper 2025 roadmap, not that bullshit excuse of a roadmap they released last time.
Yeah, I can't.
1 out of 10 can do better.
I think they'll avoid that like the plague, Kev, and then maybe try it again later on in its life. In a trading update, the company upgraded its first half profit and revenue forecast. It now expects first half pre-tax profits to be not less than £120 million, compared with £96.1 million in the same period last year. Licensing revenue is expected to not be less than £30 million, up from £13 million last year. Like, a contender for FTSE 100 is impressive. And I've spoken to an individual who knows significantly more about this than I know, and he says that if they get in the FTSE 100, the stock price will soar. Because apparently, I don't understand this fully, but if you're in the FTSE 100, pension companies have to buy your stock.
Have to?
Yep. So then your stock price goes up because they have to buy your stock. I don't know the nuances. It's not my area of expertise. I was talking to a person earlier who is 100% their area of expertise. So I'm going to keep holding my little 10 shares.
I thought the FTSE was
It's part of the stock market, isn't it?
Yeah, but like all business, all of it, like the general economy.
No. That's not how that works.
I didn't know it was a.
You have GW aren't currently in the FTSE 100. They're in the FTSE 250. There's like leagues, like championship.
I didn't know that.
No matter what, it needs to be a meaty reveal. Maybe a roadmap?
Amazing. Thank you, Christos. I don't think we'll see a roadmap. Honestly, I don't think we'll see a roadmap. Or they'll acknowledge the fact they fucked it up before, and we might actually get a good one. But I really wouldn't hold your breath. Robert Fanelson, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. I think I said that to you already. You're a hero. Thank you, One Glambering, for 5 gifted. Thank you, Evan for 5 gifted. And thank you, Andy Cameron. Are you ready, Luce? Thank you, Andy. Oh, actually, there's a super chat coming through, so we'll have to.
Knights mentioned, and it's just putting some heresy knights in the codex, especially with Plastics Erastus.
Maybe. I don't know if it'd be interesting if they do put it in the codex. I think they should. Lord of Sinners, I thought FTSE was a game you play with your partner. We can play it if you want, but you're going to get cold feet right now. Thank you so much, Andy Cameron, for 20 gifted memberships.
My hope for you, Andy, is that you don't get whatever this is that Liam has.
That's a fucking strong hope.
And genuinely, all the people I know that have had it have been men.
Yep.
I haven't known any of my female friends to say they've had it, so that it's some kind of man illness.
It's man flu.
Man flu.
The longer the longer I'm ill, the more I think it's actually genuinely COVID. And the only reason why I think it's COVID or was COVID is because of the exhaustion.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a friend earlier. Monday I felt okay. I felt pretty good. Tuesday I felt better again. Did 2 streams on Tuesday. Wednesday felt like fucking dog shit. Thursday yesterday felt good again. Because what did I do on Wednesday? I just stayed at home.
Mm-hmm.
Today, absolute dog shit because I did 2 streams yesterday and got 5 hours sleep last night. So it's that exhaustion. My legs feel like I've been running fucking field gun again. Honestly, they like lead weights when I get up out of the chair. So that level of exhaustion, I'm like, it's got to be that. This is 100% what people were describing as the COVID symptoms. This is what Joe's described.
Yeah.
And I was talking, the same friend I was talking to earlier said that he used to get out of breath brushing his fucking teeth when he had COVID. I was like, I can relate. Like getting up and going to the toilet, I sit back down, I'm like, fucking hell.
The 2 times that I think I've had it, we didn't test for it because restrictions had changed, and it was more leaning towards the common sense of stay home until you're non-symptomatic.
Yeah.
And we were working from home, schooling from home, so we just cancelled the calendar and stayed in. But both times felt very, very different. The first time, it was like a 12-hour exhaustion, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
And the second time, there was a few cold symptoms, but nothing that was like the famous dry cough or the loss of sense of smell. None of that.
Lower your expectations, avoid disappointment.
100% Ben. Thank you, Rob, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Barraff's Forge, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a hero. Cyber Outlet, welcome to upgrading. Well, thank you for upgrading to Jarl tier. If you look in Discord, the Jarl's only giveaway is currently live in Discord. Now you're a Jarl tier, you can just click on that link for free. It enters you in with a chance of winning. And then next Friday, I think it is, if I remember rightly, it will draw during the live stream, and the winner wins a combat patrol or what's the AOS version? Spearhead box of your choice. All right, so get yourself in there, get it done. And then Warhammer Jesus. Thank you, John McCardle, who's one of the persons who pushed for this. Thank you, John McCardle, for the 20 gifted memberships.
I hope for you, John, that if you get whatever this is that Liam has...
I'm sensing a theme here.
That you have somebody who can help care for you and you don't have to do things like make your own meals, because I can't imagine the exhaustion of having COVID and you're on your own, you've got nobody. So I hope you have somebody who can come and look after you.
I think it's the theme for these hopes tonight, chat. If you want a loose hope, it's 20 gifted or above.
Well, I think it's only fair.
Luce is a higher class of lady than Joe.
I think it's only fair because you've hardly mentioned it. Nobody knows how ill you are.
I did, however, get myself looking more human slightly.
I expect Games Workshop will announce models, which may come out this year or next.
That's like their roadmap, Mason. How did you know? How did you know? Effectively Wild, thank you for the 1 gifted. Pie Walker, thank you for 5. Look at you lot go. What's going on? Okay, right, you're telling me I need to do these more often, aren't you? That's what you're telling me. Thank you, you wonderful humans. You're amazing people, all of you. Also, no one tell Luce that there's 276 people watching because she gets nervous when it gets close to 300. All right?
No one tell me.
And all make sure what you do, because this will remind her as well. Hit that like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification icon. I'm keeping an eye on the stream in the background here as well. I'm very sorry for the coughing. If it's during the reveal stream, I'll mute my mic. So, you know. Are you showing the reveal on the stream? Yeah, I don't need to cross streams. Yeah, we are, yeah. So, if I screen... Nope, wrong one. If I screen share here, Mr. the Kev, this is the Warhammer Twitch stream, all right? And we will full screen it like this, right? And then that's what we'll be watching. And I need to make sure now this comes up on my screen like I think it does, okay? Currently, it's on mute because there's nothing happening, right? But at some point in the near future... How many gifteds to guarantee a 2 AM reveal stream? That's a hard one to answer. You've more got to convince Luce, to be fair.
What's this?
Well, they do 2 AM reveals. He said, how many gifted to get a 2 AM reveal stream in the future? Depends how well this stream does. If this stream does 500 fucking members and a grand in super chats, then of course I'm going to do every reveal stream going forward, aren't I? Let's be honest, because it doesn't make sense not to. All right. So that's what you're going to get. That's how it's going to look. All right. And then I will unmute it, obviously, as well. And make sure you guys can hear it. That's what you get. What's spooky about 300? Luce doesn't like big audiences because she's very worried she's going to say something whereby she puts her foot firmly in her mouth and gets us cancelled, despite the fact I don't think she's ever said anything that worries me about getting us cancelled. Clive the Kiwi, thank you for 1 gifted. You're a legend. Hero, up to 84. We are 16 away, chat, from the target already. Hit me, bitches. Can we do the target before the reveals? Is that a possibility? Oh my god, it sounded awful then, didn't I?
You're very high.
Sounded like I was pretending to be a lady.
You know, on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Is that something you think you could be?
GW Twitter has shadow images of models. Does it now? To Twitter!
I can't decide what my favourite Family Guy episode is. I like the episode when he's gone to see the child therapist and he's on the sofa and he's completely torn apart, his therapist, and then he does, is it the monologue from Hamilton, and this bogey
I hate that one. I don't like that one. When that one comes on the TV, I'm like, ugh. Ooh. Right, chat, let's have a look, shall we?
Eldari Farsi are going to Legends. But seriously, Chaos Knights getting their own fucking kits would be lovely. Or any Chaos vehicle not being an outdated upgrade sprue.
Biggie,
Long
thank you for the 1
shots,
gifted.
all.
Long shots all, yeah. Thank you, Biggie, for the 1 gifted. Screen share my Twitter. I refuse to call it X because it's actually called Twitter. Here we go. Well, that looks chaosy or Drakari or I'm a storm.
Don't think we'll see much because there hasn't been much hype. If we do see anything, it will be Krieg, Orruks, and small shit. Also, wet as scorpion head.
Wet as scorpion head. Don't tell me that. I can't afford a scorpion head. What? Lord of Cinder. What? Look at this. That's a horse on barbed wire. That's Astra Militarum with a pistol. Hopefully Krieg. Death Riders. Gotta be Krieg, right? There's nothing here that sings to me Eldar, which makes me sad. Is that a Hammerfall bunker in the bag? That's more like a tank, innit? That's an Astra Militarum tank. Tracks. Missiles.
Loose, don't look at the number of people watching.
Yeah, don't look at that, Luce. Don't look at the 308 people watching. Even though only 131 of them have liked it. Don't look at that. This is a tank. That's missiles. There's tracks. That's a tank, clearly. That's a big pointy arm. Looks like a sword on a hilt. This is fun, isn't it? This is exciting. Bottom left is a leaked Hobgrot. So that'll be the Cruel Boys then. What's this? And this. No idea what these are. But then I also am aware of the fact that there's Old World and fucking Heresy stuff, and I don't care for either of those. Squat middle left. It could be something Votan, couldn't it? Could be. Possible. New Chimera with missiles on the top. We're not getting Votan. Everyone wants Votan. Everyone wants Votan. What's this wetter thing? Hang on, chat. Wait one.
Have you heard Ben's got one of his ticks back?
Oh my god, I want this in my life. No, I haven't, no. Oh, that's sexy. Oh, fuck you, Games Workshop. Right, okay, well, you know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Can I get out of this? Can I get out of full screen? Yeah, that button there. We're just waiting, are we? Yeah, we're just waiting. Thank you so much, Luke87 for the 1 gifted, by the way. Thank you so much, Veritas Templar for the 5 gifted. You wonderful people.
It's Yarrick. Charge in guard, baby.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it being Yarrick, to be fair. Main screen. I wouldn't be against it being I'd be quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Cruel Boys are wank. Iron Jaw's the only way. I quite like the Cruel Boys aesthetic, personally. I don't know what the rules are like. I don't fucking care. I care about the models. Anyway, thank you. We're on 91. We've got 9 members to go. 9 members to go in 9 minutes. I want to say Custodian on a Horse. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Can we see your erection? Calm down. It's just a helmet. No, because there's no Eldar. Oh, you mean for the Scorpion? You can't see that. You can't see that. That's X-rated for YouTube, innit? Definitely don't look at the number of people watching now.
The one in the back very could be a Phoenix Lord, Karadras, or the new Warp Spider one. The way it's almost a crouching pose with big shoulders.
Could be Karandras. I don't think it is. It could be. Just blown up? I don't think it is. Don't get me excited though. Hopefully it is. Why the hate for Heresy? It's better than hiding behind L's and 40k. I don't hate Heresy actually, that's not fair. It's just a huge fucking time and money investment for me to get into it. In terms of the rule set, I think it's a great rule set. There's no hate for Heresy, mate. The Heresy rule set is built basically on 7th edition, so I absolutely love it. Sorry. There'll be lots of sorry. Dying. What if Luce wore a Scorpion helmet to bed? Never time of her life. I'm done trolling Vorak. You're hanging out here now, John. What a legend. 8 members to go, chat. Thank you so much, Clive the Kiwi, for the 1 gifted. 8 to go. Fucking heroes. I'm dying today, honestly. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for turning up as well at this time of day. Is this a better time to stream on Fridays in general? I'm open to it. I'm open to earlier bedtime. I'm getting old now. Look at me, I'm getting old. I did, however, manage to get to the barbers and look fucking human again. For a change. I can see wings, definitely Baharoth. Please. Please. Can we sneak a new Thane in this stream to get Liam super excited? I can't because I'll lose my voice. Don't think getting anything from my armies, but still keen to see new plastic crack. What's your armies then, Erebus? You hero. Effectively Wild, thank you for 1 more gifted. You legend. What a hero. 93 new members. 7 minutes to go. Heroes. Oh my god. Magention? Is that right? Magention, thank you for 5 gifted. Adrian, thank you for 1 gifted. You lot are mad. Mad lads. Fucking mad lads. Absolute heroes. Jorfin, thank you for 1 gifted. I'm sensing you might want more reveal streams. More gifted equals want more reveal streams. Didn't fancy going ginger. No, I just went to my barber's. It's like, stop making me look like a homeless fucking under the bridge liver and make me look like a human adult again. What do I call it?
Distinguished gentleman. Distinguished
gentleman was what I wanted. I went to my barber. He's like, fuck you. I go in. He's like, what are we doing? Then I was like, distinguished gentleman look. He's like, what does that mean? It's like, I don't fucking know.
You're the barber.
Yeah, you got the fucking clippers. You do it. Yeah. And this is what he came up with, and I think it's very nice. Very smart. Jeremy, thank you for 5 gifted. Oh, I guess you got the goal maybe next time. We're still here. Gathering Clouds, thank you for becoming a Hosea member. And Sai, thank you for 1 gifted. Fuck me. Luce, they're excitable today. I am, however, not going to put the goal, like, up. Black Mountain, thank you for 1 gifted. Brian, thank you for fucking Jesus. Thank you for 10 gifted. I'll stop thanking you during the reveal, by the way, because you want to hear the reveal, right? We need reveal streams with Joe. So I think that would be great. I think doing this in the studio with Joe would be fantastic, without doubt. But Joe lives an hour and 15 away. It's 6 p.m. today, which is rush hour to get to the studio for Joe. So we're talking probably an hour and 45 to get to the studio to do a reveal stream to then drive an hour and 15 back. It's not fair to ask him to do that, so I wouldn't do that. Thank you so much, you wonderful people. 118 with a 5-minute countdown for the reveal. I really want Eldar, but I just don't think we're going to see any Eldar. I think we will absolutely, without doubt, see Astra Militarum, and I think it will be Krieg because of the. I think it was last Christmas when they showed off some stuff on the Advent calendar that Joe and I were like 100% Krieg. But I also know what Games Workshop are like for throwing fucking curveballs. I know what they're like for going, I think it looks like Krieg, it's actually Catachans. I know what they're like, so. Kev says, Lou, say something inspiring for the 362 people watching right now.
Horrible. That was horrible.
She actually said for the masses, but, you know. She will be, Kev, she will be absolutely nervous right now. When she agreed to sit and do the reveal stream, she'd be like, it'll be the normal Friday night 150 people. It'll be the normal Friday crowd. We're going to be at 400 before it goes live, I reckon.
I need a piece of sticky tape.
Just to cover up the number?
Cover up the number.
Yeah. Can you get him on VoIP for his initial thoughts? Oh, God, no. That's terrible content, Ross. Come on. You know me. Good quality mics, 4K cameras, well lit. None of this VoIP fucking phone dialing nonsense. Ugh, that sounds awful.
The trouble is, when we get high numbers...
Thank you, Baldy, for the $5. My legend.
When we get the high numbers, because the last time we had a couple of days of high numbers, it didn't take long for people to start saying, why is there a girl on it?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So,
because she's my wife, you fuckers. And
then,
I'm aware that you're probably not aware what a female looks like, smells like, or looks, you know. But that's why.
And then it just makes me nervous that the inevitable sexist, rude comments.
Luce is the one that keeps me real. She keeps me real. She's the one that keeps me fucking grounded. And I think that everybody in this industry needs someone to keep them grounded. Somehow Val has 4K people. Val does well all the time anyway. Come on, let's be honest. And he's not bad at streaming, let's be fair, right? I love Sam. We take the piss out of his fucking leak stuff, but I actually quite like Sam. He's a nice guy. Having met him on a number of occasions and done content with him in the past, Sam's a nice guy. 100%. Can't wait for Lucy's sexist comments. She's full of them, mate. Honestly, I'm oppressed here. I would be well by now if it wasn't for fact she's like, I know you're sick. Take the dog out for a walk now.
I didn't say it like that. It wasn't like that. You're adding a tone and you've removed all the context.
Yeah, all right. Did you tell me to take the dog out for a walk because you were sat in your chair and you didn't want to?
Did I tell you or did I ask you? Would you mind?
You are.
Ooh, girls. Talking Warhammer.
How dare they? What do they know? What do they know, Sean? Fucking split asses. What do they know? Luce is the one that keeps the shit show together. That's more true than you know, Kev. That's more true than you know.
Aw, too kind.
This is for you to buy an at-home COVID test kit. And to remind you to mute the stream when preview videos play. Lest her revenue be smoked by DMCA bots.
The thing is, the DMCA bots, Electman, only take the ad revenue, and I don't make fuck all from ad revenue. So I'll leave it loud, because I don't care. What the DMCA bots don't take is gifted memberships and super chats. So, as long as the way that this stream is supported is with gifteds and super chats, we're good. Thank you, Sean, for the 5 gifted. I also won't bother with a at-home COVID test. It's not going to make any difference to how I behave.
Are you ready for them to reveal tanks? I personally can't wait to see resin. Rushed home, can't wait to see the 5 minutes of reveals in an hour stream.
Thank you, Predators, you legend.
Do you know what blows my mind about this hobby?
What's that?
Is how many people watch the reveals stuff.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a lot. So I'm going to mute Vinny's tune. So I know it goes weirdly silent, but I also want to be able to hear the reveal stuff over the top.
Well, Sam, I couldn't figure out the typing part of a super chat. What I wanted to say was, go votin'.
Thank you so much for the 5, Boldy. Thank you so much, Predators, for the 5 gifted as well. 128 we're on now. Aren't you lot special? Right, should we get ready for it? Should we get ready for it? Keep the sound on. I will keep the sound on, because it doesn't make sense for me not to.
Keep the sound on.
Oh, so I'm going to refresh it right now, which means it'll go through an ad. Turn off Brian. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's a good shout, Mr. The Kev. Thanks, mate. We need to go alert box. We need to go super chats. And we need to turn off for now and save. Right, Brian's going to go quiet for the stream.
You're being a Necron, I believe, of some description,
indeed.
which is, it's great. I can't wait to see that costume. But there we go. Welcome to all of you at the event, especially. But without any further ado, it's time to look at our first preview. And this one's been waited for and looked forward to for a long time.
It's Krieg. Look at that. Joe's yogurt will be everywhere right now. That's sexy. Combat engineers are sexy. This is my next army after Eldar, without doubt. Look at him. Ooh. Oh my. Oh my fucking god.
The Death Korps of Krieg are back.
They're here. They're finally here. We've teased and hinted about these guys for a long time, and it's finally time to unleash the Death Korps of Krieg into the world. And that army set looks really cool as well, doesn't it? They are a much awaited for and beloved regiment, aren't they?
Yeah, we've had them in the Kill Team box. We've seen some resin from Forge World, but now we are getting a whole plethora of releases in plastic.
Yes, alongside the Astra Militarum Codex, of course, and they'll be the first army of 2025. What a way to kick off the year. Alex, first of all, before we go any further, who are the Death Korps of Krieg? How do they fit into 140,000?
So, the Death Korps of Krieg are the regiments that are raised on the world of Krieg. Now, Krieg fell into civil war about 500 years ago, and it's never been the same since. The surface is now a blasted, irradiated wasteland. And when the Imperium finally made contact again, they showed up and, doing the most Imperium thing possible, went, you owe some tithes. And Krieg, instead of sending some troops or one regiment, provided 20 regiments fully equipped. And immediately the Departmentum Militarum went, this is great, took over the world, sort of tuned everything up to 11. And so now they just pump out all of these fantastic soldiers.
That's cool. It seems to me like it's a bit of a war of attrition and life is a bit cheap maybe in the Krieg regiments.
Yes, so life for them is not necessarily cheap. So they're not part of like a cult of sacrifice necessarily, but they've had it ingrained, indoctrinated into them since birth that they need to sell their lives
doing the same
in service of the Emperor in order to gain redemption for their ancestors.
Now, the armies of Krieg are a great representation of the armies of the Astra Militarum, of course, regiments upon regiments of infantry backed up by huge guns and artillery, and of course the rolling thunder that is the Astra Militarum tanks. And there's all of that to be expected inside the new codex as well. Right, well, let's take a look at some of the new miniatures we've just seen in that new army set. And up first, these are incredible. These are the Death Riders, now available in plastic. Who are these guys, Alex?
So these guys, the Riders, tend to be a little more free-thinking than your average Krieg soldier. They're given a little bit more freedom in order to operate. It's from their ranks that most of the officer corps are eventually taken. Now, you'll notice here the Krieg steeds they're on look very much like horses, but they're deceptively not.
They're a bit weird, aren't they?
So they essentially roll off a production line. They're given subdermal armor, they're given rebreathers, and you can see there at the end of their legs, they're not hooves, they're claws. So they're a product of Krieg, whereby, life is a little bit cheaper than the tank. Therefore, we've got a mount, and it's got claws so that it can get over any kind of rubble or debris or whatever it is in the way. And these guys, they act as scouts, they act as shock troops, they really pack a punch. How do they play?
On the table, they're actually quite a flexible unit, quite a utility unit. So the Rough Riders with Tiller we've seen before are there to punch into a unit as hard as they possibly can. But these guys have quite a little bit more flexibility in there. They've got las carbines as assault weapons they can all carry, and they have the screening line rule, which lets them move after enemies have moved as well to protect their lines, and they can get bogged down into combat. Every single one of them carries a power saber, which is really cool, and they therefore protracted combat, so you can charge them in and lead them against infantry units rather than just try and destroy in one hit, which is nice. So lots of different uses for them. Speed, combat, the works.
They're incredible.
And what's nice as well is the steed's claws actually have nice rules. It's got AP1 on the claws for the steed. So it's sharper than a spaceman's combat blade, which is great. These are fantastic. I love the fact in particular you talked about they're rolled off the production line, the steeds. That's just a terrifying one.
They're not given names. They're all given serial numbers.
Oh, that is horrible. 40k is great. On to the next model. Now, big guns never tire in 40k, and it's certainly true in the Krieg forces. These are the artillery teams.
Oh my god, look at those sandbags.
Huge guns, even bigger than the field organs we've seen before. tell me more about the siege artillery of the Krieg's forces.
Krieg tends to specialise, as we said, in siege warfare. And, if you're trying to attack a bunker or a fortress or anything, you need something that is going to smash apart the walls so you can charge in. This is exactly what these things do. Now, there's a couple of different weapon options for these.
So yeah, there are 4 weapon options for the artillery teams here. We've got the heavy mortars, ideally for just smashing heavy infantry away. The quad launchers are there for massed infantry. The multiple rocket launcher takes out tough infantry because it's anti-infantry 3+. And my favourite, this huge siege cannon, which is just a devastating explosive charger, damage 3 shots. Now, none of these are very accurate, but when they hit hard, which is great. It's nice to have these miniatures at the back of the battlefield.
My sandbags are empty right now.
That model is huge. It's on a 130mm round base, which is monstrous. It's a nice little diorama for your forces as well.
Joe
really
just
cool little
me
bits
back,
of equipment and stuff at the back as well. It's really nice little modelling project.
Sweet fucking Jesus, that's sexual.
Sandbags. Up next, we've got the Krieg Combat Engineers, Alex. Now, these guys look like they're running forwards, which isn't ideal for guardsmen normally.
No, typically a guardsman wants to be on a gun line with a lot of his mates.
Yeah,
welcome
really,
back to
these guys, their duty is to go forward, to dig trenches, to clear wires, clear landmines. It's a really thankless job. But they've got a little bit more armour and they're equipped for close quarters fighting. So they've got flamers, and shotguns, and swords, and lots of trench claws.
I might be getting back into 40k with this release. Oh my god, I might be starting 40k
They've
now.
also got the scowl they can move before the game begins to get further forwards. The Grenadiers rule lets them have the grenades stratagem for free.
Big old
Here we can see this little remote mine, which is a really cool little attack that one of the guys over the controller just sends out, doing mortal damage to nearby units. Which is just a cool little model and probably going to be everyone's favourite of the preview, isn't it? Let's be honest. What a great set that is. But leading them all into battle is the famed Lord Marshal Dreer.
He is.
What a model.
Somber Horseman.
So Lord Marshal
a 40k Somber Horseman chat.
He's achieved his position entirely through merit, as you'd expect from the Death Korps of Krieg. But he leads from the front. This isn't a general that stands at the back and orders his troops forward. This guy is going to be in the thick of the fighting. He's Mount ES819, as I said earlier, it's all got numbers, not names, has fallen several times in battle, and the Lord Marshal insists that it is repaired and returned to him.
The fact it's called repaired rather
than...
I
did like 40k for 8 minutes ago.
And so this has created this kind of myth about them that they are indestructible. But, Dreer is well aware that that's not actually the case.
Well, it's a nice little bit of narrative here comes in the gameplay because this myth about him being indestructible actually, he has a rule called tough to kill, whereby, like my Lord and Saviour, Ruta Gulliman, he can come back after he's been killed. Or maybe. He's particularly tough to get rid of, which is nice when the sort of the narrative marries up with the rules on the table. And his sword there is the Sabre of Sacrifice, is a devastating sword too. He's an inspirational leader for your forces. Don't run away when he's nearby, and can lead Death Riders units into the fray as well, which is just great.
Oh my Lord.
Gives devastating wounds on a charge to a unit of Death Riders, which is really cool.
We've mentioned it's just a stunning model. That base in particular, I can see this being one of many Golden Demon entries.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Can't wait to see those.
Right. To paint him.
There's also other stuff coming alongside Death Korps of Krieg. Now, of course, we've got the Astra Militarum Codex here. Now,
look at that artwork.
We talked
as
about the Krieg stuff, but of course, the Astra Militarum Codex will deal with the entire forces, the Cadians and other forces. It mentions all the regiments of the Astra Militarum in there as well.
The problem
like
they've got
codex,
is,
you can expect to see the backgrounds
of
the regiments, the fighting units, the rules for all of those, the history of its most
The problem they've got now for this reveal stream. What trumps this?
Enough, there's a brand new combat patrol as well.
What trumps this?
Brayden's Lance, which sees Rough Riders of Attila charging into battle, backed up by Kazakin and a command squad, which is great.
This is an incredibly flexible.
That's a great combat patrol box.
Because as you said, those Rough Riders give you a huge amount of speed, and the Kazakin form a really nice solid centre.
It's a really nice start for an army as well. If you're thinking about starting Astra Militarum, don't forget the current Astra Militarum combat patrol still good to use as well, so don't worry about that. And of course, the Codex will see every rule, every unit, character, and vehicle. We already know some really exciting stuff about how units are changing. The tank commanders, for example, a Limras tank commander and a Rogel Dawn tank commander are separate things now, so they can have their own rules. And the detachments in there are 5 different detachments for the Astra Militarum, depending on how you want to fight.
Rogel Dawn tank commander.
Regiment, you've got a siege regiment for all your big guns, the mechanized assault for jumping out of tanks. Hammer of the Emperor is just all tanks, which has a really nice stratagem where your tanks can just roll through terrain like it wasn't there. And last,
no! Fix yourself, internet. What's happened? Has anyone else dropped out? Is it just mine?
think mine's dropped out because you've dropped out.
Yeah, everything's fine. So it looks like it's just Twitch, because Twitch is fucking shit. Refresh. Oh, fuck off, adverts.
Hey, you.
Rogue Dawn Tank Commander. Twitch just dropped its fucking yogurt, and I refuse to pay to be a Warhammer subscriber on Warhammer TV, so I have to watch adverts every time. Is it broke again? Lots of Fs in chat, so it looks like it's not just me. Their stream died. Ha! Top pro level from GW. Fucking hell. Oh, they've turned it off. They literally dropped it. I mean, we don't see anything else, do we? Let's be honest. YouTube is on YouTube as well. It doesn't show me it's on YouTube.
Armed Squads, which is a gorgeous unit as well. Now, interestingly enough here, you'll notice, folks at home, that that's not an officer leading that command squad. That's a commissar. And on the left is
We got it, chat with back.
cadet as well. Why commissars here for the Death Corps?
So for most units, a commissar basically acts as a measure by which morale is kept by everybody does their duty. However, for the Krieg, it's sort of the opposite way around. So they have a habit of not necessarily expending their lives needlessly, but perhaps a little bit more enthusiastically than other regiments. And so the commissars are often there to hold them back. You've also got the alchemist, who allows basically the entire unit to resist toxins because he's a chemical warfare specialist.
That's really nice. It's their version of a medic, basically. That guy
they did YouTube
as well as all your veterans in there, and maybe my favourite Servo Skull in Warhammer 40,000, the Servo Skull pair, who are there to keep note of everything with a little inkwell and pen.
That's it. You know this is a note to last because he's got the second Servo Skull making sure it never touches the ground.
Super important. Also coming alongside is the Heavy Weapons Squad. Of course, we've seen the Cadian Heavy Weapons Squad before. This is the Krieg version with slightly different weapons, actually. There's 3 different weapon options here. We've got the twin-linked stubber. We've got the big old las cannon. You'll have seen those before in plenty of different ways. But exciting enough is the huge Krieg Heavy Flamer as well. Oh my God. Which just looks great.
That's it. You don't really think of having a heavy flamer as part of a weapons team like this, but as you can imagine, say you took one in a squad, it's that guaranteed Overwatch success.
I mean, take 3 in a squad, Alex, if you wanted to. Why not? These are range 18, strength 5, AP1, damage 2 flamers. Oh, that's absolutely devastating. Don't charge them, whatever you do.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Really cool to see those. And there we go. That is all the new.
They want to sell some fucking flamer teams, Jack.
Which is exciting. But there's more stuff coming in the festive period.
There is. So throughout December, on the Warhammer community website, there's going to be a series of downloads available, which are detachments for Warhammer 40,000 as some kind of Grotmas calendar.
Happy Grotmas, everybody. Throughout December, we're releasing 30 different downloads for Warhammer 40,000, all match play legal, all game legal. You can use them wherever you want to.
This is not a good idea.
And there's some really exciting stuff in there, including the index for the Death Watch is on the way. Death Watch players will be very happy to see there'll be ways that you can use your kill teams that you have in their new index coming. And also Chaos Demon players can be excited too. There's 4 detachments coming for them, 1 for each of the Chaos powers. What's really nice is that they've been future-proofed too. So we just seen the Astra Militarum is getting their new codex soon, but their Astra Militarum detachment they're getting during the Grotmas calendar is still legal once that book comes out too. So yeah.
So when you get your new codex, you can still continue to use these.
Absolutely, that's really cool, isn't it? Nice to see. Right. And we're going to leave
30 detachments sounds great, Jack.
I'm going to head off.
But you know the rules team are going to fuck it up. You know they're going to fuck up those attachments. There's going to be a huge imbalance. Is that louder? It's all been play tested, right? Exactly. I mean, he's cool. The old steam tank. I used to have one of those. I just don't.
Yes, the Empire of Man returns to the old world.
We can skip this bit,
much beloved army for the old world.
Games Workshop
and
teams
here
have
it
too much
is with a
plastic glue.
whole swathe of releases. This is really exciting.
Future-proof's like 2 year tops. I mean, the edition's only going to run for about 18 months.
Back for this. And one of the best things about it is that this means you can field a whole Empire
Definitely hinting at demons being rolled in with Chaos Community.
It's a really cool thing to see. Many people who've played with Empire in the past will recognise a few of these miniatures, if not all of them. It's just.
I mean, at least Empire were majoritively plastic at the end of Old World.
Who are
at
the
end
Empire
of
Man
Fantasy.
at this point in the Old
They're
World?
not too bad to
for about
collect.
1,000 years, the Empire.
I'm still pissed at GW releasing fucking 20-year-old miniatures and charging 2024 prices.
We've had the Vampire
Like
Wars,
it's
and finally,
just a money
there's now
grab.
about
There's
4
nothing else
factions.
to it.
And they're not in a civil war outright, but towns change hands and the occasional skirmish happens, so not everything is particularly peaceful.
Empire armies are made up of professional soldiers. There are blocks of state troops, missile troops, artillery, cavalry, and of course fantastic monsters and war machines too. They're such a fun army to have, and we're going to see loads of old favourites coming back, including the state troops, the missile troops, the pistoliers, the knights, demigryph knights, and of course more exotic things like the steam tank, the general on griffin, and the war altar are all coming back as well, which is really cool. We've got some metal kits coming back as well, right? Remember the Grand Masters of the Knightly Orders from the past? I painted the Knights Pantheon when I was young. They're coming back. Warrior Priests, Tuchin Guard are on the way as well, which is nice to see. There's a strong Middenheim theme for this force this time around. We've got the Made to Order stuff with the classic Empire Engineers, Battle Standard Bearer, General on Griffin. The Commander on Pegasus is coming back, flying in from the 90s. Some real classics.
At the same time, it's an
We're
expensive
also
time
going
for
to see
Dave.
the Imperial Ogres coming back. Now, these predate even my Empire army. Great to see these coming back from the past.
And this guy, this is the one with the hand cannon, but there's also going to be hand weapons and great weapons.
Yeah, there's going to be a few options. Literally a hand cannon this guy's carrying.
One gifted chapter
But,
excited for our Krieg.
Let's talk about the star of the show.
gifted.
It is, of course,
The War Wagon.
the War Wagon is making its appearance back in the Old World after not being available for some 25 years. It's just great to see. Now, this is a Forge World resin kit. It's
I'm happy
actually a
for you
Forge World
all you,
remaster. They've
Old World
taken the
lovers,
original kit and remastered it up, sharpened up a lot of the points, made the detail crisper. They've resculpted
Missed
the
the
horses
start,
in
you
the
missed the
front.
best
Those are
part.
brand new. And this chap here is the engineer that accompanies them. He's a brand new model as well. But it's just great. Now, I'm right thinking there's lots of strange weapons on top of the guys in that little couple, right?
Yes, there is. So these sort of things fell out of fashion in the Empire. But then when Norm came along and decided to deploy an entire fleet of them, everybody wanted a piece of the action.
You've got in there the man catcher, you've got the bombard launcher, the Hochland long rifle, there's a repeater gun and a hook halberd in there as well. All the experimental weapons together in one place just in case one of them explodes, which is nice to see. A great miniature. Add it to your collection very soon for the Old World. Wonderful to see. And of course, alongside all the releases, we have the Arcane Journal for the Empire of Man. And naturally, it's got all the history of the Empire, the city-states, the geography, uniform guides in there. There's a historical refight in there. We can fight a battle against the Beastmen. And new armies of infamy in there as well, aren't there?
There are indeed. So we can we've got a non-gun line there, and there's also
If they send me that Empire of Man book, Dave, it's
Knightly
yours.
Orders.
They each have their own special rules, which is nice. Yeah, so you have a nice Panther army of Blazing
It's your
Sun,
thing,
which is
right?
really cool. And there's some new special
Could be in
characters
a
too.
pocket mod for
There
ages.
are indeed. So we've got Harold Gemundson, Grandmaster of the Knights Panther, and General Hans von Lowenhack.
Now, we're not going to show you pictures of those yet. They are very lovely, I can guarantee you this, but make sure you're keeping your eye on the Warhammer Community website for more information on those very soon. But there's also a slew of new units we've never seen before in an Imperial army for Warhammer Old World. So, yeah, exciting times. So keep your eyes on that and grab hold of that Arcane Journal when it's available. Now, from one Old World to another, we're going to the Horus Heresy.
More interested in this. Tanked in plastic. Oh my god, sex. Slightly less sex, but still pretty cool. Cool as shit. That Malcador Infernus. Yes, please. Get in my basket. Give me a damn drill. Yes. Yes, Leon. They weren't lying on their
So the Harvest Lighter
roadmap.
returns, the little pig that could fly.
Tanks, plastic.
What a great kit, and beloved by Horus Heresy fans all
indeed.
over. Wonderful to see it actually available in plastic now, which
Yes.
is really cool for the first time in this scale.
That's cool
Why
as
is it
shit,
so
that
beloved,
is.
Alex?
I like
So
that.
typically when the army wants to deploy something, they've got these massive landers. However, if you just want to bring, some bullets, some fuel, a squad, the Harvest Lighter is basically the workhorse.
John McLeod always touching himself right now. There's a lot of people touching themselves on the stream. John, isn't there?
And they're great in that too, but it's nice.
You turn off all those
They are
webcams.
A cheap transport flyer for your armies of heresy. They can transport 12 solar auxiliary models, and they can move 20 inches, which is fast. So ideal for a combat squad or a command unit, or to get a special unit out of combat as soon as they need to. It's just great to see. What's nice as well is the new model's got this chap in the back, modelled to be firing a huge laser cannon out the back as well.
That's it, and he's modelled
Yeah, like
directly in there,
if you
so it's
enjoy
hanging
these
out.
videos,
It's
A lot
a
more of them.
lovely little bit of
Less
character
than
to the
half of
model.
you if it like
It's really nice, and also I'm told that there'll be rules for that on the way soon as well, which is cool too. Great to have that in the game. But let's on to another couple of tanks. Always fun for Heresy. This is the Valdor Tank Destroyer. That might be one of the biggest guns I've ever seen. Tell me more about this thing.
So these are based on the Malkador frame, named for the Sigillite, and this is an older variant of tank, which eventually will be replaced by the Lehman Russ because it's a little bit less reliable. However, it's bigger, thicker armor. At this point in time, it's got a lot more variants. And this Tank Hunter one
Trench guards
basically
look like I'm a
has
fan of that, by the way.
neutron beam weapon on the front of it, and these are basically replicas of a Dark Age relic.
A million
they're
people watching
incredibly
Liam.
powerful. And in order to power it, they've in fact had to remove the front sponson.
She's too busy knitting now,
more power
anyway.
generation.
Just a giant battery.
Not
in the back.
interested in
It's
wheels.
fantastic. I love the fact that the Heresy weapons are called things like a neutron beam laser. It just does what it says on the tin. It's a devastating weapon. It's strength 10, concussive 3, AP 1. And the whole tank is armor 13 all round, so it's pretty tough too. Don't get into a tank fight with one of these, you're going to lose. Also on the Malkador frame is the Malkador Infernus, and this one
I like
maybe
this
has a
one.
different speciality.
Yeah, so we've gone from heavily anti-tank
Fat
to
Cock
heavily
Friday.
anti-infantry. It's got a massive flame weapon on the front. The carriage on the back contains a mixture or a series of fuels that have yet to be mixed that are pumped just behind the turret. And I was under the impression that maybe this was an element of safety.
Almost certainly not. It's going to be sort of saving fuel, isn't it? That's going to be the way to do it. Yeah, it's not about safety at all. I love the fact it's got extra flamers on the sponsons just in case there's anything nearby enough that didn't get burned by the big cannon.
I quite like that.
This huge Infernus cannon that it's carrying uses the Hellstorm template, that gigantic, remember the old Apocalypse template?
Yeah.
That thing is like 18 inches long and it's strength 8, this flamer. So yeah, it just burns infantry alive. Don't get near it.
Sexy,
So
that.
up next, we've also got the new Doridio
This is
Dreadnought.
such
This
a
is the
Marmite model,
Boreas
isn't it?
configuration. It's even more Covenant guns than any other Doridio Dreadnought has been before.
That's it. So basically, the Doridio is a stable firing platform. It was developed around the same time as the Contemptor, so it shares some of the features. And early on in the Heresy, it was, not necessarily in great use. But when you're facing Legiones Astartes and you need to bring as much firepower as possible, it became very popular.
It's just a wonderful looking kit. It's so unsubtle. Yeah, it's got guns and really big ones too. The Boreas configuration has these air defense missiles on top. It can carry 4 of them. They have the Skyfire rule that just shoots things out of the sky. It can also have the choice of carrying the Volkite Falconets, which have the Deflagrate rule, or the Arrakis Heavy Las Cannon Battery, which just blows tanks away. So really, really big guns on a really toughness 7, 2+ save walking platform. It's just great. Really great. Get one of those in your force.
Comes alongside 2 weapons kits.
Of course.
So if you've already got a Doridio Dreadnought and you want to upgrade it to the Boreas configuration, there's a kit for that. And if you've got one of these and you want to convert it back, there's another one.
That's great. That means you can have real versatility in your modelling kits, and you can really take to battle the one you want to use. That's fantastic. Right, let's move from the Horus Heresy, and now we're moving to the Mortal Realms.
Interested? I don't. I'm a Crawl Boys fan. I think he's shit. Not him. He's awful. I mean, that's lackluster.
Wow, the Orruk Warclans are here for the Mortal Realms, the brand new battle tome cool new models.
That's
and lots of
lackluster,
other
isn't
things we'll have a look at in a second as well. What's nice here is the rules team have taken the chance to separate the factions out. So in that book, the Cruel Boys and the Ironjaws are two separate factions, essentially two different armies that share a couple of things in common throughout the book as well, which is nice. And up first, part of that is this new boss towers we can see here as well. This is the new faction terrain for the Orruk. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very cool. So this is the Scare Gob Totem. So this is the Cruel Boys version of this, whereby they'll put these up around their territories to indicate...
This is for Sigmar.
This is mine, not yours.
Considering the 4th edition is literally was literally their
just a little watchtower.
Hail Mary trying to take on 40k. This is lackluster.
And say an enemy army is approaching, they'll hear these whispers, the mists will start up, they might get lost.
There's no way they keep... Maybe that's on purpose, though. Maybe they knew they weren't going to keep up with Krieg.
You can amplify everything.
You can put a boss
He's
up in
just not
both
a hero.
these
Yeah, I get
towers,
that.
but they become a shouty boss. And they have various rules that go alongside them. Let's have a look at the Ironjaws version. This is the Boss Rock Tower. And similar sort of situation. They've built a huge tower here, but a bit less subtle, perhaps.
Yes, whereby the Cruel Boys might have a
No
bit of
orcs,
thought, a
actually,
bit of
yeah,
planning,
people
because
stop
they're
touching
the
themselves.
Morky element. The Ironjaws are the Gorky element, and this is where basically the War Chapter
the endless spells on the terrain is cool.
It's saturated in war energy,
but it's...
And rather than be a watchtower
it's
necessarily,
just kind of meh
the
comparatively.
And can
they
literally
made
bully the winds of
I don't
magic.
understand why they do this. They made a massive mistake going Krieg
shouty
first.
boss inside the Boss Rock Tower gets the aggressively bossy rule to literally boss around the enemy army, which is really nice as well. So faction train coming with the Orruks very soon. That's really cool. Also, we have the new manifestations here as well. These are the endless spells used by the Orruk Warclans. Both the Cruel Boys and the Ironjaws wizards can use these. And of course, on the right hand side, it's the Foot of Gork, a famous and beloved spell from the background of Warhammer here, and that literally stomps around the enemy army, causing devastation, which is great. The Gork Roarer there, it's got the skull with the mists coming out of it, conjured by wizards to aid them in their magical spells, but it's a potential risk. Their head could explode if they imbibe too much of this, the magical smoke. Very Orky. Very Orky, yeah. The Mork Spit Marsh is the last one here, and this transforms the land into a squelching swamp, which if enemy units go anywhere near, or heaven forbid through, they could be in real trouble. So that's really nice to see new sort of manifestations for the faction. Of course, we've also got the new spearhead coming for the Ironjaws as well. You've been asking for it, and here it is.
I mean, that's
every time
that's
I run
cool.
an event, someone asks when this one's coming along.
Yes.
And it's right now a bunch of Ironjaws
as a
there,
generic
led by a
release,
mega boss.
it's
You've
very
got 2 units of
underwhelming, isn't
Art
it?
Boys, 5 apiece, a unit of 3 Brute Rages and 5 Brutes
Is it only
for
half
a
an hour?
seriously hitty spearhead.
What?
That's it. You've got
release?
4 units of
don't know
inventory,
what's
so
left. I
they've
think
got
they've
to take a
covered
long time to get
everything,
across
so
the
maybe.
Yeah,
table.
they really are. Well, you'd think that, but the Mighty Destroyer's
Have I got
battle
time
trait
for
rule
another round?
lets them move
yeah,
in
easy.
any hero phase. So
'Cause I
they're
used to
coming at
talk
you in
anyway.
your turn, which is terrifying. Also, in a game of Spearhead lets them be quite manoeuvrable, which is always a bonus, but not that they think about objectives when it comes to a game of Spearhead. Of course, don't forget the old Spearhead is still legal to use. There'll be a Cruel Boys one there. The Fire and Jade book still has those in, so you can still use that. There's another new miniature coming here, Alex, the Hobgrot Slitter Boss.
Yeah.
I
What a cool
don't
model,
like
this
this model
guy.
at all.
Tell me about that sword. Why is it dripping in whatever that looks like?
So these guys
I
basically lead the
personally think this
Hobgrot
is a
companies,
dreadful model.
and so they get the best gubbins, the best weapons, the best scrap, all of that, and they'll tend to grab the biggest weapon because obviously that means you're the best, and they'll slather it in various toxins and stuff, just to guarantee that they win.
This has got a really nice rule that ties in with that called Toxic Stash, where once per battle it's got a chance of outright killing an enemy hero on a lucky dice roll, which is really cool. So that's coming to lead your Hobgrots. And also we've got the new Battle Tome, of course, which has everything you've come to expect from a Mortal Realms Battle Tome. All the history of the factions, the characters, their famous battles,
Arcs of Spearhead's
lots of information on their battle traits, formations, that sort of thing, all the rules you'll need. The Path to Glory rules are in there too, and split between Ironjaws and Cruel Boys, so you can choose which way you want to go. And there's some really nice
think it's
bits
20
in
years
as well.
old, yeah,
One of the
100%.
armies of renown is the Big War. Previously, you were able to mix all your orcs together.
Yeah.
Now you can with that Army of Renown, and that lets you use all of those together, but has specific battle traits, specific enhancements, that sort of thing there as well. And my favourite regiment of Renown is called the Hurtling Hogs.
Bring all the swine.
All the swine. Have more grunters in any of the destruction armies as well, which is just really good fun.
That's great.
So there we go. That is the new Orruk Warclans coming very soon.
Feels like old
And of
school
course,
Cronies
we've got
2 dimensions
something else
of
coming
casting
now
in
as
a
well.
good
This
way.
is
Yeah,
the
it's a
new
bit
Path to
shit,
Glory
innit?
book, Alex.
Indeed. So this is Ravaged Coast, and we've previously fought in Hellcrown along the Ravaged Coast, which is basically that region in between the Nor and the rest of Akshi. We've been fighting in Embergard, and we're right here in Held's Claw, slap bang in the centre there. And this is basically a ruined city, previously Khornate, then Sigmarite, and now up for grabs. And all 4 factions are basically trying to dig it up, take the Emberstone, and control this very important territory.
Path of Glory, of course, is a way of playing narrative games where you follow your heroes through a path, that going on quests, earning special enhancements, all written into this book. It's a very different and fun way of playing Warhammer Age of Sigmar if you're just used to playing match play. Highly recommended. And this book is chock full of background and bits and pieces for you to play your games at home as well. The Anvil of Apotheosis is in there as well. Lets you create your own heroes. And the book actually contains some examples of converted heroes that people have done too, which is really nice to see. So it really lets you stretch your hobby muscles as well. Yeah. It's a nice different way of playing the game. Now, we've seen the Warhammer 40,000 getting their Grotmas calendar earlier on. Warhammer Age of Sigmar fans will have a similar sort of thing too, as they are beginning getting some holiday downloads too. There's 8 regiments of renown on the way. Again, these will be match play legal. You can use them in your games wherever you want to. 2 per Grand Alliance, which is nice. Cool. And a regiment of renown is a really nice way of adding.
That's a more reasonable number, I think,
into your army.
Yeah, adds a different flavour.
It's a good excuse to paint some cool models. So expect those coming for Grotmas for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which is cool. But that's not all for the Mortal Realms.
Gifted membership,
We've got even more.
Highly recommended. Oh. Oh. Okay, this is better. That looks quite good. That looks better. That looks really cool. I'm into that. That's cool.
Yes, well, we've seen the Orruk Warclans, but now they're shorter.
They did it the right way around here, right?
Are on the way. Yes. This is the new Gloomspite Gitz coming to the Mortal Realms. And leading the way are the Git mobs.
Much better.
Who are these... Well, it looks like Grot's riding giant wolves. Alex, who are these guys?
That's pretty much it. So previously we've been all about the Moonclans.
Space Marine Thunderwolf Cavalry, hold my beer.
Their time in the sun. No pun intended. And basically they hate Glareface Frazzlegit. So this is the lighter fish. Hish and Orgu basically provide the night and day cycle in the realms. However, the lighter fish hurts their beady little eyes. And so they've decided that they're going to take it down. And so these guys wear loads of shiny weapons and armour, and that absorbs the lighter fish, hopefully weakening their mortal enemy.
They also use it as a weapon as well, don't they, to against their foes. We'll see that in a second. Some wonderful miniatures on the way. I wanted to just re-emphasise, by the way, that the Moonclan stuff is still in this book. Oh, yes. It is still 100% good to you, so don't worry, Moonclan fans, you're still involved. But the Gitmob stuff, let's have a look at some of the new models coming in this army set. Now, these are the Snarlpack Cavalry. Cool. We've seen the Snarlpack Riders before. Yes. The Snarlfang Riders, sorry, which are these sort of the cavalry. But these are even bigger Snarlwolves with 2 Grots on the back rather than 1. Tell me about these guys.
So these are large.
If you want to take your mind off of what's going on,
basically
just 50,
the 2 Grots on the back
that'll keep you busy for a minute.
Raise the pop from birth in order to ride it. And this is one of those rare times whereby Grots have to work together, because if they don't, chances are they're going to
I don't want silliness for Gitz. I want angry little Grots. That's why I want mini I quite like it.
How many failed Grot teams have there been in the past?
We don't keep count.
I love the fact these mods are covered in spears and spiky bits all over.
I like that.
It's just really, really great miniatures for them to charge into combat. Their Frazzle Burn Scrap rule sees them strike first if they charged, as they glare their enemies out with it, dazzle them with the light that they've stored.
That's it. You'll notice that as a running theme, particularly with the shields, that they absorb the light of Hish, and as they impact into combat, they discharge it and blind the enemy.
It's talking of absorbing light and stealing it. This is the Sunstealer Wheeler. This is the new lightweight chariots coming along, built for speed and pulled by the Snarlfangs. They look like they're not just built of normal wood, though.
No, so these things are made out of wicker, and as you said, these are supposed to be really lightweight. But as you can see there, the little effigies of Glareface Frazzlegit,
fast forward,
discharge that light, and you've got a very flammable chariot there. So eventually, these things blow up.
Right here. They really didn't think about it, did they? It's just a wonderful little kit, and covered in spikes as well. These things have got a careening destruction rule. They do mortal wounds.
I'm a big fan of these. I like these
units on the battlefield, which is quite good fun, isn't it? But leading the force, the army set we've seen there, this miniature is Drogs the Sun Chomper. Looks like a big leader for the Git mobs. Who is this guy, Alex?
Indeed. So this guy basically led the Git mobs from Hish into Akshi during the Age of Chaos. Now, as you can probably think, that was several hundred years ago.
Yep.
That is pretty old for a grot. And the reality is, he's not very old for a grot. When the first Drogs got hit by an arrow, his ran up to the second in command.
That mount is fucking gorgeous.
And jumped on, and there was a new
Poor old
Drogs,
Space
and there has
Force
basically
fans.
been a continuation of various grots that have taken on the role of Drogs throughout history.
So his mount, Jagged Snarl, is actually the one that's been keeping...
Look at that mount.
He was born in fish under the light. He's really intelligent, and he's lasted a very long time. Really, he's the boss.
He's the hero with a cool little grot model that comes on the back for free. Once per battle, you can use the time to Scarpa rule, where these nearby friendly units can run away from combat they are already in, which is nice. Really love this miniature. A really cool background for this one as well. And it's maybe not quite as heroic as the miniature would seem, which I like.
You'll notice something in the background of this artwork here.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Flying up in the sky. Look at this. It's the new Gitz Doom Diver Catapult. A wonderful recreation of the classic Games Workshop miniature, the Doom Diver here. We've seen it in Warhammer for 30 years. And here it is.
That mount is 12 out of 10, 100%.
Wonderful interpretation. Huge as well. Alex, why on earth would a grot put on wings and get inside this thing?
For a grot to volunteer to be part of the Doom Diver crew.
That's cool as shit, by the way. I'm actually into that.
A lot of emphasis on the word volunteer there. Rarely does that occur. So basically, he straps on wings, he puts on a metal helmet that again has absorbed the light of Hysh, so upon impact, it explodes.
That's devastating. I love the fact there's a little tiny snotling at the back on the mechanism.
There is. So the mechanism is so unreliable that the only one that's allowed to use it is a snotling. They're the most expendable of grots.
I love it.
Save super chats for when the reveal's finished.
Represents how big this miniature is. It's monstrous shooting attack. It does 4 attacks, render 3, damage 3. But actually, what's nice is you can re-roll the hits representing the Doom Divers trying to sort of use their wings to careen into the action. And every time you use a re-roll,
that's cool. That model's cool.
Some renders. It's just a really nice
made a wicker, exactly,
narrative piece and a wonderful miniature. A great centerpiece for your Gitmob's army. Let's have a look at some heroes on some chariots. This is the Snarl Boss on a War Wheeler. Some Snarl Bosses prefer riding ostentatious War Wheelers, rather than riding a Snarl Fang.
So the Snarl Boss basically has to outsmart one of these Alpha Snarl Fangs. And if you've managed to get...
It actually makes me sad for Space Force
players. Get yourself a War Wheeler. They tend to have the best gubbins, the shiniest things. And as you can see, his belly is looking rather large.
Yeah, it's a really nice little nod to some classic.
I'm actually in risk of wanting a Gobbo's army now.
There, isn't he? Bless him.
No, don't super chat. Not till the stream's over.
Till the other hero is also
preview shows over shorts. Then Brian will read it out.
Frazzle Git Shaman.
Get your money's worth.
Little wizard there on top of a giant skull. Why is he so high up, Alex?
So the Frazzlegit Shaman, as you can imagine, are obsessed with absorbing the light of Hysh, and he's hoping that by being, 7 or 8 feet extra in the air, you might get a little bit of juice. But
does it work?
Well, that's debatable. However, being up there, it gives him a really good line of sight. He can see over the mists. He can see all the enemies. So it does help him in the end.
He's got to fall off quite regularly, though, surely. That doesn't look very stable.
That's a cool range. That's a good upgrade.
Wonderful piece.
I'm a fan of that.
Now, there will be a Gloomspike Gitz spearhead on the way, a very Snarlfang-themed Wolfie spearhead. It's not going to be released for a little while yet, so hold on for that one, folks. But just know it is on the way. But don't forget your current Moon Clan spearhead with all those horrible rock troglodytes. I've killed them once. I did it once. That's still legal to use in your game. No problems
Highly
at
recommended.
all. Let's have a look at the battle tome as well.
Highly
the last
recommended.
thing we're going to talk about here, the whole new book, everything you want to expect from a battle tome.
Oh, yes.
In the Mortal Realms, packed full of lore, who the Gitmobs are, covers the battle formations for the Gloomspike Gitz, the Gitmob. There's something called a Squiggalanch in there, which is great, and a Trog Herd. Yeah, I just have an army of Squigs, why not? That sounds fun. Painting guides in there too, loads of rules for all the units. And your Path to Glory rules let you raise a Grot or Troggoth hero through the ranks of the Path to Glory, which is just great.
That's very cool.
Really, really cool. It's time to move from one book to another, as we've got some stuff coming from the Black Library.
We do indeed.
All right.
So there we go. It's the Black Library celebration. Of course, happens every year, but this year's a little special, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're getting an entire week rather than, a day or a weekend. So we've got a huge range of books coming. As part of that, we've got Imperial Infantryman's Handbook.
Now, that one's actually coming out alongside the Krieg stuff we saw before, a little bit before the celebration.
Yes, CWE.
Sneaking in ahead.
What is this one?
And so this combines the Uplifting Primer and the Departmentum Unitorum Handbook, basically in one solid tome. This one is slightly Krieg themed, so this was previously owned by a trooper, picked up by the Quartermaster, and eventually will be redistributed to the troops.
Cool Boys player, I bet you
It's
feel
great
shit.
to see.
Nice
Of course,
grab
the
that,
books we've seen
honestly.
before,
Yes.
but just repackaged into this nice little book, new version. And of course, don't let the Commissar see you without your copy, of course. What else we've got coming for the celebration?
So we've also got the Art of Warhammer 40,000, which is over 200 pages of beautiful images. We've got Outer Dark and Red Tithe from Robbie McNiven, which we've seen before. These are the Carcharodon Astra books, but these are returning in special editions. We've got the Shade of Cain, which is basically Malaneth, Gotrek's companion, has deserted her post and is free now again in the world. She can't return to the Agents of Azir. Gotrek doesn't particularly want anything to do with her. And the world has changed a great deal since she departed. And this is basically her trying to make her way through. We've got Hell's Last, which is the next in the Minka-Lesk series from Justin Hill. We've then got the Gotrek and Malaneth Omnibus. Now, this puts together 8 novels and short stories of Gotrek's adventures in the mortal realms, and it comes to nearly 1,000 pages.
That's a mighty tome.
Yes, so if you're looking for something to read early next year, those Dark Nights, this will keep you going.
That's fantastic stuff. Of course, there's more coming for the Black Library
all the
celebration, but
books are on
we'll
eBay
review
already,
those on the
probably.
community website at some point soon, for sure.
Highly recommended, chap.
There we
Highly
go.
recommended.
That's been a wonderful preview. We've seen some really cool stuff there.
Whole host of kits.
We've seen Old World, we've seen Death Corps,
Yep.
we've seen those new vehicles of
sounds
Horus
like they're
Heresy,
wrapping up.
They are,
we've
yeah.
seen the Age
Okay,
of
I
Sigmar
won't do
stuff,
another
of
one.
course, both the Orruk Warclans
Do another
and
line.
the Gloomspite Gitz.
No.
Had a sneak peek at what's coming over the Grotmas calendar.
Oh, yes.
Now, normally that would be enough for a preview,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
that's a lot.
It's quite a bit. But it's Christmas, and we're feeling quite generous. So here's some more stuff.
Oh.
I've done another row.
Shut up. It's Eldar. Shut up. That's Eldar. It's 40k. That's got to be Eldar. Let's fucking go. Sexy sweeping hawks. Baharoth. Oh my god. Please be more. Please be more. Look at them! Look at them! Oh my fucking god.
I don't think we've ever looked at me like that.
I haven't, no. Oh shit, they're doing the whole lot! Okay, this pisses all over fuck the Krieg. This pisses all over everything. Oh! Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit, that is fucking incredible.
Wow.
From the webway, the Eldari have returned.
Here they are. We've been sneaking and teasing about them. We've mentioned a few things.
Yeah, and we've seen that Fuegan model before.
Yeah. But finally, the entire Eldari are here.
Oh
I tell
my
you what, Alex,
God.
there's a war host's worth of miniatures coming our way. Let's take a look.
Finally,
at what we've got.
GW.
You mentioned Fuegan. We've seen.
Is that
them
everything?
already
That's
a
all
little
the
bit
aspects,
before.
isn't it?
This model is just absolutely beautiful. Tell me and those watching, who is Fuegan? Why is he a big deal?
So he's one of the Phoenix Lords. And these guys were basically the original exiles.
I picked the right time to get my Eldar mojo back.
And every time they die, another one takes the armor and basically takes the place.
Oh
It's
my
almost
God.
this combined
All those
spirit,
people that
these
left the stream
warriors, all
because
this
it was the books.
experience. And Fuegan the Burning Lance, he basically embodies
Jesus.
the act of oblivion that
I
could
think it's
bring
an accident in my
peace.
pants. You and me
So he
both.
embody a different aspect of Calum Shakain, the god of war.
Get upstairs,
So he's
Luke. I want you ready.
40k. Fuegan's like, if I kill the entire enemy army, there's no more conflict anymore.
Yeah, there's peace.
Great. I like that guy. He carries his custom fire pike, Sear Song,
Missing Karandras,
the most
correct,
devastating
yes.
melter
Okay,
weapon in the
need
game,
Karandras.
pretty much. It's strength 14.
But you know what? I'll live without him
damage
for now.
D6, melter 6. It's just amazing.
This is why
And his-
Krieg
his
were
big axe
first.
as
Oh
well.
my
Don't get
God.
near him.
Okay.
So near and afar, he's a problem.
Well
Just
done,
a
GW.
wonderful miniature and really nice to see. Sculpted banner as well.
Oh,
I
yes.
love a sculpted banner. Good to see that. But of course, Fuegan leads the Fire Dragons.
Indeed.
Another new plastic kit.
Oh my
So these
God.
guys, again, they embody that idea of destruction.
Yeah.
And one of their little kind of quirks is that they've got the intuitive ability to understand where to shoot to destroy an enemy war machine or tank, and the Exarch there in the middle. The Exarchs also have some past lives involved in their armour, is able to do that for even tanks he's never seen before.
That's so cool. There's nowhere to shoot it.
Yep.
They're in the soft spot. That's fantastic. The whole unit carries fusion guns, which are melter weapons by another name, really.
That's like one of the most exciting you'll ever see me chat.
For the Space Marines. These guys have
Look
a
at them. They are
short
fucking stunning.
They can reroll everything. So they're going to kill what they shoot at. What's really nice as well is there's a new weapon option for the Fire Dragons. Fire Dragons, they've got flamers. So they can have flamers too as well. So if you don't want to take a fusion gun, maybe have one there for maybe persuading your opponent not to come anywhere near you.
This is the preview. This is the best one they've done all fucking year.
You can carry the giant fire pike.
Look at that.
Or even a dragon axe for devastating close combat attacks too. So there's a really nice plastic kit with lots of different options.
Dire Avengers are still plastic though, Connie. They are old, you're right. They are still plastic.
I've kept my
Guardians.
It's the swooping hawks. These guys look drastically different, Alex. Tell me about
these. Are stunning.
So these guys basically wear incredibly lightweight armor. You can see with those wings, they're able to take to the air and give that aerial support. They can scout out a little bit. But what they like to do is they like to go really high up. And so if you're looking up, there's just this tiny silhouette of body.
Honestly, this is the happiest I think I've ever been in 40k.
That's terrifying. I don't like it at all. They are carrying las blasters, which is a lovely little blast back to the past of Eldari. They shoot 4 strength, 4 shots.
They're painted. It's like they've toned the blue down. The paint on them is nice.
And the Exarch has a choice of lots of different weapons, including the Sun Pistol and Power Sword.
Big fan.
See the model carrying there. They're just
the
really
colour they've done these in compared to the old big fan
on hero rocks, man.
It gives them a nice little level of dynamism.
Really beautiful models in that iconic teal armor color scheme. Just great to see.
They are of course, fucking
they also
stunning.
Have a Phoenix Lord, and here he is in plastic. This is Baharoth.
Yes,
oh my
Baharoth, the Cry of the Wind. He trained on Azuman, as all the Phoenix Lords did. He was the first of their kind. And Baharoth was the first to basically master the abilities of aerial combat.
That's why he's got these big old beautiful wings on the back there. And he carries a terrifying weapon called the Fury of the Tempest. It's like a super duper Hawk's Talon weapon, and he's just devastating. A great model having your force makes your swooping
Hawks even more agile. Each model was shown. They're hilarious.
Fly off the table and come back in strategic reserve.
Should be immortalised.
Which is lovely. Just a beautiful miniature.
I think I'm going to cry.
It's worth mentioning that all these Phoenix Lords are both devastating in shooting and combat. While you might think this guy's specialised in... No, they're all just good at everything. But then they're Eldari, right? You mentioned him before. Let's have a look at this. This is Azuman, the Phoenix Lord of the Dire Avengers. And
I've
what
kit
a miniature
one.
That is.
That's going in the fucking bin.
Brilliant.
Look at this guy.
He's the first of the Phoenix Lords.
Look at this. That helmet's
all
class.
Of Kane's, sort of aspects of war, and taught the other Phoenix Lords various elements of that. So they each embody one aspect of it. But it's Azuman that kind of embodies that
fucking hell, sorry, James.
Doctrine of battle, that
look at him,
strategic mind.
As you can imagine, for a mentor of the other Phoenix Lords, he's absolutely devastating on the tabletop too. The Bloody Twins, his personal shuriken weapons there, are damage 2. And the Sword of Azuman that he carries there has 6 attacks at strength 6, AP 3, damage 3. He just cut Terminator in half with a single sweep. And fair, he's been around for a few hundred years, so he knows what he's doing. Just a wonderful miniature and a great model. And another sculpted background, which I'm here for. I love those banners. Coming alongside these releases is the new Eldari Codex as well. And it's a bit of an overhaul for the Eldari here. Now, we're expecting new rules and detachments and things as we were before, and new lore and everything else you'd expect to see in the book there. But there's a couple of things that's worth pointing out here. First of all, the Strands of Fate rule they had before has been replaced with a rule called Battle Focus. Strands of Fate let you use those dice to predict the future, as a Farseer might do. But Battle Focus instead teaches your force to move more with more agility around the table. So really playing on that Eldari aspect of being super flexible and super fast, which is nice. Don't worry though, Strands of Fate is still around, but only in one of the detachments, the Seer Council detachment, and it's changed a little bit. Now, talking of detachments, there are 7 in this book, which is really cool, going from the War Host, the Wind Rider Host. If you want an army of Wraiths, it's there for you. If you want an army of Harlequins, they're in the book as well, which is nice to see. And the really one I wanted to point out here is the Devoted of Your Need, the Yanari units.
Yes!
The Harlequins and the Drakari units you can use in the Eldari forces are in the Codex itself.
Oh, thank God.
So you've got all the Harlequins, all the Drakari in there, so you don't need to worry about bringing, other battle troops. It's all solidly in.
It is indeed. It does mean that the Eldari Codex is a hefty tome.
Chunky.
It's a big old chunky tome, but it's all in there in one place, which is really good to use. And yeah, be excited about that. That's really cool. But that's not all coming for the Eldari.
They put the Drukhari in there.
Might be the best till last, because there's one last unit of Aspect Warriors we haven't seen in plastic, and here they are.
2034, Liam Pace, probably about the same time you do your gifted
these
cast.
guys.
So these guys basically embody the path to victory through defense. They're incredibly tough, but they're also, they've got a fair bit of shooting and combat in them.
These are
However, their main
fucking
trick is
unreal.
with those backpacks. They're able to jump into the warp very briefly and essentially teleport somewhere else.
That sounds dangerous, man.
Yeah, they can arrive unseen. However, Eldari souls are really in demand by Slaanesh, and so to spend any time in the warp whatsoever is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, those warp generators that they carry on their backs give them a rule in the game called Flicker Jump that reflects what you just said. And they can move across the battlefield up to 24 inches, which is monstrous. And they all carry a Death Spinner, which is basically a souped-up flamer. So imagine the utility that has in the game. But of course, if they use that warp generator to do that Flicker Jump, there is, as you mentioned, some risk to the unit. They might not all make it out alive, which is cool. The Exile's got loads of options here. You can see
Harlequins are in there too, many men, they said that.
And the old Death Weaver's there.
Look
other
at
options
him.
include the Spinneret Rifle and a whole bunch of power blades where you can get up to 10 attacks for your Exarch in combat.
Not a bad
great,
40k
even though they can't
release
charge,
on this
they can
particular
jump,
preview.
unless
Not a bad one. Every
you
single
happen to
thing
take
stunning.
what I think is my favourite new miniature of the release. This is the Warp Spider Phoenix Lord, Lycus. Tell me about Lycus, Alex.
We have waited decades
really
for
have.
this.
Yeah, we have.
So Lycus, the Whispering Web, is the Phoenix Lord of the Warp Spiders, and basically, she's one of the most active of the Phoenix Lords because they're all out and about in the galaxy in various ways, shapes, and forms. However, she spends a huge amount of her time in the warp, incredibly dangerous. That is basically the embodiment of Kayla Shikane's willingness to do anything to destroy the foe. So she'll appear on battlefields across the galaxy, unasked for, unaided.
What a model. That's a golden demon model there, isn't it?
A great range of warp spiders to slaughter everything and then disappear straight back in the warp.
Absolutely incredible miniature. I love it bursting out of the warp there on the model itself, and absolutely monstrous in the game as well. She carries Weave Render, that's her sword. It's terrifying. And her
Breathe
rule,
in
if she joins
McCarthy.
as warp spiders, they can use the Flicker Jump rule and then still charge.
So if you take that Exarch with the extra attacks,
It's a problem. It's a real problem. So yeah, look out for her coming soon. It's a wonderful miniature. What a way to end the preview. That's fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, there is loads more information about all of the stuff we've seen here today over on the Warhammer Community website. Make sure you go there for extra pictures, extra information as well. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. See if I can remember them all. We've got Facebook, we've got X, Instagram, Threads, YouTube. I think that's all of them there. For all the latest information, catch up with us there. And of course, we've got some stuff coming on Warhammer Plus quite soon, Alex.
oh, yes, indeed. We've got a whole new, slate of shows for seasons coming up.
I thought we'd just get that in there. That's why we're here, you see, really. Thank you all so much, everyone who's behind the scenes helping with the stream. Really appreciate that. And if you're there this weekend at the World Championships or the Grand Narrative itself, have a wonderful time. You're there now. You're there right now. How are you even here? This is crazy. Thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you next time. Happy holidays.
I don't have words, chat. Are you supposed to stream teaser? I haven't looked. Probably was. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care now. Not interested. Did they do a post-stream teaser? Wait for the credits. Well, luckily for you, I just paused it. Do they do a teaser? They normally do a teaser? Oh, I close it. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, chat. Oh my word. Right, let me put Brian back on. Brian. I've got some thank yous to do. So, big shout out to Tim for the 5 gifted, Zachary for the 5 gifted, Matty for the 1, Adrian for the 1, Carl for the 1.
That was pretty alright.
Pretty alright. Thank you, Ockendorf for the 1. Thank you, Sam Deacon for the 10, you legend. Thank you, Ockendorf for the 5. Thank you, Farmer George for the 10. That puts us on closing in on 200 members, 167 members, chat. You're amazing. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was, hopefully now, let's have a quick look. I'm waiting for the Warclans article to come up on my feed. Have I got it now? No, just the video. Oh, here we are. This is what I wanted. This is what I cared about. Okay, so. Screen share. Look at these, chat. Look at these.
None of these armies are mine, but that was the best preview stream, I'm going to say, ever.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you for the 5, Lammy Panda. Thank you also, Ben, for the 350. Thank you, Chris, for the 2, and Brandon for the 5, whilst they were live, where we muted Brian. Thank you, people. My sound is very low. It shouldn't be. My sound is normal.
Spaff everywhere. Bombardment.
Look at that. It might just be that my voice is fucked, to be fair. So look at my mics. Mic. Yeah, my mic's normal.
I think they have redeemed themselves from the previous crap ones.
Best reveal show they've done in a very long time. Actually, a decent reveal show as well. Here's the thing, right? It wasn't 10 minutes of wank. Everyone get excited. Here's 10 minutes of nothing. It was an hour of stuff. I think the Horus Heresy was okay, but maybe slightly underwhelming. I think the Cruel Boys got done dirty.
What's that, an Eldar combat patrol in my basket?
Fucking preach. I think Cruel Boys got done dirty. I think Orruks, they just get terrain and under spells, but they do get their combat patrol equivalent spearhead, which is nice. Gitz was great.
2025 just became very expensive.
This guy. I fucking love Assuman. If you've ever listened to the James R audiobook, James R Storm of Silence, I fucking love Assuman. He's fucking great. That model is unbelievable. Baharoth. Man fat everywhere. This colour, by the way, this colour choice is a change from current Hawks. Great choice. 100% a great choice. Look at this guy. Look at him, chat.
Okay. I guess I'm an Eldar player now.
Come on! Rise up the Eldar. This is all the... Have they got all the aspects? Scorpions are there. Where's the... Banshees are there. This is sexual. Her. It's 2024. It'll be whatever I say. This is sexual. Look at the state of it. Look at the amount of... Oh my god. I can't be connected to the army. Yes, you can, Kyle.
Glad I won that Eldar combat patrol.
I bet you are. So that's she, he, Baharoth's he, right? Malganrar's he, James R's she, Assuman's he. No, the only thing that makes me sad, no Karandras. The only thing that makes me sad. Stunningly good. Stunningly good. And then the other one that I really want to look at, I know you probably want to see all the other stuff, but... I'm worried about the 30 detachments in 40k. I am worried about the 30 detachments in 30k. This is incredible. Look at this for a starter box. Engineers, 2 units of cavalry, marshal on horse, gun on a 130mm base. Shining Spears aren't in that image, Kai. Yeah, you're right. But they have got beautiful kits. Karandras is coming in the edition. You reckon? This guy. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest, chat. They've knocked it out of the park, haven't they? Absolutely fucking knocked it out of the park today. What a reveal show. Does anyone tell me if there's a reveal show that was better than that one? I kiss. How do you say that phonetically? Is fire. Can't wait for her. She's fucking beautiful. Hopefully still on the way. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they'll bring him out, right? I'm worried about the rules, Kai. I like the fact that the army-wide rule has changed from Fate Dice to Battle Focus. I like that. I do. Because every single Elder faction having Fate Dice is busted. The Fanes require new stickers. Well, Harborn was screenshotting during the reveals. If you didn't do that, that's on you. First reveal show for me, I popped my reveal cherry. Is it? Thank you, by the way, everyone, for joining. At one point, we're at 555 people watching, which is fucking incredible. Still only at 300 likes. There's still 444 people watching right now. Just smash that like button. That's free, chat. It's just free, that is, to say that we like the reveal stream, Liam. Please do more. The only one that was close to me was the 10th reveal stream.
Keep an eye out on Warcom for the sneaky "we're sending multiple armies to Legends" article while we're all distracted by the good news.
I'll take it. What does the battle focus do? I don't know specifically Roxford, but they said it's about movement, which I'm happy with.
I've only been waiting 30 years for new spiders.
I know. It's mad, isn't it? I'm guessing the dude who did Eldari is not the same dude who did Blood Angels. No. I feel like the dude who did Blood Angels has been sacked. I have no more kidneys to sell. I've got 2 children to sell. Can I sell the children?
No.
We don't need them.
We do.
It just cost us money.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, they need horses in the 41st million because it's fucking cool, Eric. That's why. Mutated horsemen with fucking armor built in. I need to go for a wee-wee, Liz.
Well, we're logging off because I'm starting dinner.
You can start dinner. I won't be much longer. I'm just waiting to hear what chat think. Can you hold them for like 3 minutes, though?
No.
2 minutes?
No.
60 seconds?
No.
I believe in you.
No.
I drank too much juice because of my throat.
Well, that's your fault.
Move, shoot, move back again. I hope it's not that broken, but maybe something like that. Horses, not horses. Life is cheap. Tech costs more than organics. Yep. Pretty sure the Sanguinary Guard was designed by AI. Yeah, either AI or Stevie Wonder. Just seen the Gobbo stuff for AOS. Also a stunt. Like, that's going to... It's amazing. I feel very sorry for Cruel Boys players, because that feels like a... that reveal stream feels like a fucking swift kick in the balls for Cruel Boys players. Not so bad for Orruks. Okay. But Gitz players have got to be ecstatic. Liam needs to go knock one out. Yep. Surprise loose fact.
No, I'm starting dinner.
It's time to the chat. Luce said to me, what's the reveal stream like? I was like, well, what will happen is, just straight up as well, the conversation we had. I was like, what will happen is, we'll go live half an hour beforehand. We'll wait for the stream. The stream will start. It'll be 10 fucking minutes of nothing. I'll talk about how shit it is. We'll finish at 7. Jobs are good in. I didn't expect them to do an hour-long reveal stream and just knock it out the park today. I didn't expect that at all. Did you get the 30 complete detachments coming in 40k? I did. Yeah, that worries me. That actually, genuinely, that worries me. They're not known for releasing loads of rules at once and doing a good job testing and balancing it, are they? They're not known for that. But yeah, the Git stuff is both beautiful and a swift kick in the bollocks for everyone who's a Wolf player. Wish we got more for Cruel Boys. I like Cruel Boys. That model ain't it. That model is dog shit. That model was designed by the Blood Angels designer. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Right, chat, I'm going to run to the toilet. You're going to have me for maybe like 10, 15 more minutes because Lucy's starting dinner for her and I because the kids have already eaten and I want to go to bed early. So once I go to the bathroom and back because she's going to make dinner, you'll be silent. I will be right back. So what you can do is to prove that you enjoyed a reveal stream with us, 5 gifted. Go. Turn, Luce.
No.
Turn.
No, don't do it.
Did it work?
No.
Oh.
Woo, the parents are away, let's go.
No, I'm back now, Chris. You took too long. Thank you for the 2, dude. What a legend. That was, to be fair, that was definitely a stream to do the first ever reveal watch-along, wasn't it? Picked a good one. When Thanes pushed me, they picked a good one. I legitimately 100% didn't expect it to be that good. And part of the reason for this is because Christmas boxes and stuff are out. And I thought, GW were like, we want people to buy all the Christmas shit. We'll do a reveal stream because we're at this World Championships of Warhammer, but it won't be that impressive. Legitimately thought that's what they would do. And they've just gone, yeah, here's just the most incredible stuff we've probably ever made for 40k. Like, unbelievable.
Bombardment.
Bombardment. Thank you for the $10, Canis. This is also, for me, the first time they've done a reveal stream that was actually watchable majoritatively. Like, normally it's too fast or it draws out too much. I actually thought this was pretty good. The pacing was okay. I actually thought this was alright. 100% thought this was alright. Thank you so much, Canis Marcy, for the 10 New Zealand dollars. You legend. Thank you. You're amazing people. And it's such a juxtaposition right now because I feel probably the shittest I've felt all week, and yet the most excited I've been in 40k forever. So I'm shocked I didn't do an Eldar Christmas box. That would sell out instantly now. It would have done, yes. That would have been smart, wouldn't it? But maybe they don't want people to buy the box. They want people to wait for this new stuff to come out. I was looking at the Krieg, like straight up, right? My mind is the Krieg stuff was being shown off, and I was like, Joe's going to be so upset with me because I want to keep it all for myself because it's so pretty. And then he was messaging me about how much he's excited about painting it all into Valhallans and converting it all. And I was like, how do I break it to him? And then the Eldar stuff came out. I was like, yeah, you do what you want with it. Do what you want with it. Imagine the atmosphere at the championships right now, especially as it's inundated with Gar players. Yeah, it was damn near perfect. 100% elect, man. I thought that was a good. Like, I don't like being positive for the sake of being positive. One of the reasons why I think the Thanes have pushed me for ages to do reveal shows is because you'll get honest feedback, always. For example, Crawl Boys model, dog shit, right? But it sounds like I'm just going to be positive because there's a reveal show. On the whole, it was pretty good. And I was like, I don't know why they've... So when they did the Krieg first for 40k, I was like, well, that's 40k done. That was, for me, the best out of all of it. Some of you, if you're AOS fans, could argue that the Gitz stuff was better. Could argue that the Gitz stuff was better, right? Potentially. But I was like, why have they done this? Why have they peaked right at the start? It was stupid. Why have they done that? And then when they went, oh, by the way, it's Christmas, here's the Eldar, I was like, that's why. That's why you've started with Krieg. So you've bookended the whole reveal stream with your 2 best reveals. The pacing was good. It didn't waffle bullshit too much. Obviously, if you're loose listening, they sound like they waffle bullshit loads. But they didn't. It was good. It was just... I just feel bad for Crawl Boys players because that was fucking shit. And Heresy kind of... I mean, at least the roadmap was accurate for Heresy. More tanks in plastic. And it was plural. It was 2. Who needs money anyway? This guy would. This COVID has given a new outlook on life. No. I'm buzzing for everyone and I hate the pointy-head fuckers. But they're like the new aspects. I mean, I didn't think they'd be bad because I am a person who all of the refreshed aspects they've done historically, Banshees, Scorpions, Shining Spears, Reapers, I've said that I think they're all gorgeous, right? I know a lot of people had issues with the Reaper heads. I think they're gorgeous. I love all of them.
Just took the months to make.
Yeah. Thanks for the $10, Rollogy Legend. So I was like, I think all the aspects have been gorgeous. So when I thought we were going to get more aspects, I was like, I'm not concerned about how they're going to look because I think they're going to do a good job. But they are, I think, in my opinion, the new aspects that they've just announced are quite literally AOS levels of gorgeous in terms of models. They are fucking stunning. Unbelievable good. And that like, they're prettier and more beautiful than the Krieg. And the Krieg has just taken the baseball and knocked it straight out the fucking park. Right? And I was like, when they started with Swooping Hawks, I was like, I'm happy. I want Swooping Hawks. I hate the old ones. I hate the old metal connection points for the wings. I want Swooping Hawks. I'm happy with Swooping Hawks. And I legit saw Baharoth. I was like, that's what we're going to get. That's it. And then they kept going. They just kept going. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's a huge release. The only, my favourite meme, however, to come out of the reveal show is highly recommended. GW, the person selling you the product, highly recommended. This book, highly recommended. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Thank you so much, Solitaire Lee, for 5 gifted, you fucking legend. Up to 172. Amazing, team. Amazing. 200 for Liam's early night? 200? Both the Krieg and the Eldari, they are, yeah. I'll be interested to see size comparison with Forge World Krieg. Well, I think, Cass, that the size comparison, you already know, really. The Veterans kill team is just chunkier and thicker than the Krieg stuff and slightly bigger. It'll just be in line with the Veterans kill team, won't it? Let's be honest. Did you turn Brian on again? Yeah, Brian's on. God invented credit cards for this reason. I don't play any of the armies that got stuff in the reveal, but even I enjoyed watching the stream. Thanks, Dissonance Cogs. Oh, you mean theirs? Those aspect laws are going to be 30 quid though now. Yeah, they will, 100%. But they're stunning. I don't mind too much when they're fucking stunning. My joy at the floor when we saw warp spiders.
When you're a hobbyer first and a gamer second, there sometimes are times when one model gets you into a whole army. Warp Spider Lady is that model.
Yeah, 100%, Chris. Electman says, my jaw hit the floor when we saw warp spiders and it plummeted into the Earth's core, seeing the Phoenix Lord. She is something else. And also, some people mentioned it in the chat. I don't know if we spent enough time on this, right? There is 7 detachments in the Eldar book, one of which is Harlequins, and one of which is Ynnari, which means there's 5 Eldar detachments, and a Harlequins one, and a Ynnari one. And they said that all the Harlequins datasheets and all the Drukhari datasheets that you can field in a Ynnari army are in the Eldari battle tome. I mean, come on. I actually think that's incredibly impressive, because they could have done, here's Ynnari, and you can take Drukhari, and you've got to buy the Drukhari book. And that's 100% what I thought they would do. That is incredibly impressive. Let's be honest. Demogorgon, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. She's still here.
How many Forever Eldar players will be coming out the woodwork? Don't blame them, to be fair.
I've been sharing this Farseer for the last fucking 2 weeks, Britters. Come on. I've been an Eldar player for literally forever. Anyway, Demogorgon, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships.
I hope for you, Demogorgon, that when your partner says you'll be done at 7, you'll be done at 7.
We're 193 members though, Luce. Dissonance Cogs, welcome to Herskald here. Thank you so much for joining us, legend. I mean, we have to talk about that. How good is that to actually put Drukhari in the Codex? That is not a typical GW move. That's not a GW move, is it? Let's be honest. But will they do the same for the Drukhari book by adding the Eldar stuff for that detachment? No. Because the Drukhari book won't have... I would imagine the Drukhari book won't have Ynnari in, because Ynnari is typically predominantly craft worlds allied in extra. Influence intuition. The thing is with these previews, Kev, straight up, full honesty, 100%, and my reaction probably told you this. We don't see any of this stuff before it goes live. We used to, when we were playtesting, you'd see the models in the codex before the previews, and it would kind of ruin some of the fun. I'm actually glad we don't see any of it before it comes live. I'm genuinely glad, because that was genuine reaction, and I was fucking blown away. So, like, I had no idea. Joe and I were literally texting each other during the stream, just fucking mad excite. Mad excite. Dissonance, thanks, man. What a legend. Been living off gifted memberships for too long. Was time for me to upgrade. What a hero. Thank you so much. Book looked great too. Yeah, it does. You got 5 minutes, Chan. I'm going to end it because I want to go eat some yummy dinner that Lucy's made me. What was it? Beetroot pasta?
Yeah, so I had a beetroot in the fridge from
beetroot. Lucy drops the T's on beetroot. Beetroot!
That was the odd size out. So I roasted it for an hour, peeled it, pureed it, and then instead of doing the 2 cups of pasta and 3 eggs, I did 2 cups of pasta, 1 egg, and the pureed beetroot, which is probably...
So is it purple pasta?
Yeah, but
I'm into it.
It won't be purple by the time we eat it because the colour gets boiled out.
Ah, boo.
So it'll be like pink pasta.
Well, that's still cool. I'm into it.
And then 2 huge field mushrooms that have been sautéed. Sautéed. And then in garlic and butter, and then some cream cheese mixed in. So I'm going to do like ravioli, but I'm going to shape them all pretty like.
All pretty like.
Yeah.
Stephen, thank you for the 5 gifts on your hero.
If I weren't a devotee of Slash, I would be getting into the pointy ears.
You should anyway, Anthony. You should. Thank you for the $5, man. You should anyway. 100%. All we need now is Man City to get relegated in 2024's been a belter. Well, apart from the budget.
We saw a few faces that I can only assume is reserved for the bedroom, normally with those Eldari reveals.
No, he doesn't even look at me like that. Those eyes are for you, chat.
They're not for chat, they're for New Eldar. Who's painting all the New Eldar? It depends how much of it depends how much we get, how long we get. It very much depends, Drew. Grimdark Mark, thank you for the 5 gifted. Absolute fucking legends. All of you are legends. Amazing human beings.
I'm so excited for Void Exile, the new Kacharadon's book. Info on the Warcom site.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... That'll get Joe excited because there'll be audiobooked as well. New Kacharadon stuff. He's talked about doing a Kacharadon's chapter in the past. That won't help. Sam says he's just eaten, but he can pop round for some.
Well, then there's the haddock. Because you're poorly, I thought a nice bit of fish. And I'm going to steam it in some lemon and garlic and butter.
I'm a very well looked after man.
And the boys have ate all the cookies, so...
Look, chat. I was ready beforehand. Eldar eating well tonight. I'm processing the hype almost like grief right now. R.I.P. Wallet. Unfucking real. Unreal, that amount of that just show for 40k. For 40k, unfucking real. AOS not bad. Like Gitz players have got John Stewart, who came in and played Gitz before, wants to come and play Gitz again. He's going to be fucking so excited. Not bad for AOS. Okay for Heresy. I guess old world players, you tell me.
Oi Jago, what you gonna moan about now? All Eldari aspects are getting refreshed.
So old world players like Dave, tell me if you're happy with the Empire stuff. I don't really know. I'm not really bothered by that. Interesting they dumped that like straight after the 40k release. That was such a come down after Krieg. Hey, you see all these incredibly sexy Krieg that we've just revamped and looks amazing and pisses all over the old Forge World range. And here's old world models that were out 25 years ago. Like that was a come down. The Krieg were always going to be a rough ride to follow, but old world after Krieg was not the greatest choice. So, who had Liam showed his meal on stream on the bingo card? You should have done after that reveal, Kev. 100%. I've got to go. I have work meeting to get to. Good night, everyone. Hope you all have a great day. You too, Elect Man. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope you've enjoyed it. Still no Karandras. Exactly. And let's face it, it now means Dire Avengers are the oldest aspect kit. So is the Krieg now the main Imperium Guard force and Cadians are supplemental? No. I can't see Cadians being superseded as the main Imperial Guard force. I can't see that happening. I think Cadius will stay the main. To be fair, they'll stay main. Fix shovels, we ride at dawn. Oh, so good, right? So good. So fucking good. I was so worried. I'll be straight up. Like I said to you at the start, I did the reveal show because the Thanes pushed me to, and because I wanted to go to bed early. And I was like, it means I can stream early, but I'm not excited by it because it'll probably be shit. And this is why I've not done any reveal shows. The amount of time I've got up in the morning or I've looked at the reveal show and been like, I'm glad I didn't stream that. It was dog wank. And now, I'm fucking glad this was the first one we followed. Anyway, I was supposed to finish 20 minutes ago, but I wanted to give you 20 minutes time after the stream. I legit thought you'd have 50 minutes after the fucking stream, I'll be honest with you. When you see what we get for Heresy, I'm thinking big kits are coming, Thunderhawk. Also think of this, those AOS models will make fine additions to an old world Warhammer Fantasy Battle Goblin Army. 100% yeah. Yeah. Such a cutie smile. Thanks, mate. But yeah, so I was glad we did this one, actually. That was genuine excitement throughout that Eldari release. Genuine excitement. They've been my main forever. I am more inspired than I ever have been. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. The guard looks incredible. I think too many people, my legitimate feeling for 40k players after that stream is that too many people will be like, which one do I go for? Which one do I go for? Right? Because I think they're both stunning. I'm like, I want to do my Eldar, and then I want to do Krieg afterwards, because they're so pretty. So I think that's going to be people's biggest challenge right now. Which one do I go for out of the two, if I could only have one? But thanks for hanging out. My throat's going now, so I need to stop. Thanks for hanging out, you wonderful people. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. 203 new members shows me that you have. Thank you to all the people that have actually hit subscribe as well during the stream. We've actually had new subscribers turn up. Who knew? Absolutely no one tell John Mercado he was right. No one. Don't tell him that. But thank you so much for all the new members. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the super chats as well. You are unbelievably generous. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If they do more in UK time, I'll do these again, I reckon. If they do them at 2 o'clock in the morning, probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. All right? You've all been amazing. I'm now going to eat some dinner and literally go to bed and lie there for 12 hours because this has been a bad day for me in the recovery process. So I appreciate you hanging out early. I appreciate you hanging out on an early after dark. Thank you for 360 likes. Thank you for, at one point, 550 people watching. Tactics had like 1,100 and we had 550. We had half of Tactics and about 85 million times the size of us. So thank you so much. We didn't quite have the 18,000 people that Games Workshop had watching, but thank you anyway, you're all amazing people. Obviously there's no After Dark stream in an hour because we've got to have dinner and I'm going to bed because I'm fucked. So there's no After Dark stream in an hour, but we will be back on Monday with the Monday night show at 7:30. Tuesday back with Liam and Joe's show and the live game of AOS. And we actually have not Cruel Boys, the other ones. The other orcs, Orruk Warclans. We actually have Orruk Warclans on Tuesday night. Dan's coming to the studio to play against Joe. And then the rest of the week is normal content next week, right? Normal service resumes. Hopefully on Monday, when you see me, I feel and look a little better. But I appreciate you hanging out. You're all amazing people. Is there anything you want to say, Luce, before we go?
Best chat.
Best chat. Best chat, especially today as well. Best chat. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button. Hopefully we'll see you on Monday. Please feel free when the stream finishes to go in the comment section and tell me the thing you love the most, because that's amazing. You incredible human beings. So hopefully we'll see you on Monday. If not, we'll see you in the next one.